So our 2 minutes is up. So let me start our discussion. So today we are going to talk about how can animal best be protected. So unfortunately in today's world there are many forms of animal cruelty, such as caging them and not feeding them enough, or even shoot them. So for me personally, since I have pets at home, I take our topic for today very seriously. So I think one of the best way to protect animals is to report animal cruelty. So by doing this, we need to be more alert to our surrounding, because even if how should I say this, hitting them playfully with a stick is considered animal cruelty. So if we ever saw animal cruelty, we can contact to non-profit organization or NGO, which is non-government organization. So we can also alert the authorities, such as Department of Veterinary Services, so they can tag the animal who has been cruel to, and how should I say this? And take them to the clinic and treat them. Yes. So I think by reporting animal cruelty, it can decrease the amount of animal cruelty cases. So what do you think?
Yeah, I do agree with your point just now. But from my point of view, I think one of the ways to protect this animal is by enforcing a much more stricter law. Okay, so by ensuring all the individuals and businesses handling animals have a license. Like for an example, like here in Sarawak, we have Sarawak Forestry Corporation. There is a department which emphasizes about the law, especially in animals. So those who want to, those who are in business handling need to ensure that they have a valid license to handle the animals. Which
Can
also
I ask what type of business?
business such as like
Do you mean like cat cafes, dog cafe?
yeah, it can be that also. And besides that, like for example, some brand use like animal skin to do their own products, so they need to have a valid license to do this. And then besides that, I think we can also increase the fines and punishment so that people will prevent from doing animal abuse. And last but not least is, I think by strengthening the society for prevention of cruelty of animal is absolutely very important.
I agree with you, Adib. I think by enforcing stricter laws will enable the people to do the abuse and cruelty towards the animals, as with, like you said, higher fines and punishments will make them think twice before they commit their actions. So let me continue on with my point, which is by educating people. By educating people, you can do this in many shapes and forms, like organizing campaigns, events, and seminars regarding animal safety towards the cruelty and abuse they're facing. These campaigns, events, and seminars are important to raise awareness amongst people, as people nowadays don't have much awareness on what's going on in today's world. Besides that, we can raise awareness through various platforms in schools, as schools are the main medium of education to a lot of us, especially in younger generations, which, may I add, it's much more better to educate them at a very young age, as the saying goes, strike while the iron is still hot. Besides that, we can advocate the role and contributions of animal shelters towards people also, so they will have a better picture and know the importance of animal shelters and the facilities it has for stray animals and for animals that have went through abuse, cruelty, and all that. And in addition to that, we can also educate people by digitally online, not only physically like organizing campaigns and through schools. We can educate them online with the advancement we have these days on social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We are able to share and raise awareness to a larger audience and raise awareness in animal safety, animal cruelty. So animal protection is an education in humanity. What do you think?
Yes, I totally agree with you because like we're on the same page. Other than talking about other aspect, which is just now you mentioned about education and also about you mentioned about non-government organization talking about the ways to protect animals. Other than that, I also think that parents play a fundamental role in educating their children. So basically, I also have pets at home. So my parents usually teach me how to take care of them. So I think that is one of the way to actually share with your children about how to take a good care of them. So I really want to say that that's one of the way to teach the children by example. Other than that, mentioning about animal shelter just now, so we also can bring our children to animal shelters, especially when maybe for educational purpose or you want to show them more about how to take care of the pets more, how to take care of the pets in a good way. So in the animal shelter, you can see how people really organize them or taking care of them. So animals also have timing for their meal time, and I think that's also one of the good way in order to prevent the animals from starving. Other than that, parents also need to show a good example to the children by practice non-violence. Because as we can see, especially in Sarawak, there's so many stray animals like stray dogs or cats at the roadside or in the neighborhood. So in order to prevent the stray animals to disturb the house, the parents usually prefer to be violent over the animal. So I don't think that's a really good idea because they show how they treat the animal to their kids. Yes. So what do you guys think the best way to?
So, may I add one point? Since Timothy talked about animal shelter just now, so do you guys think by contacting animal shelters, we can protect these animals?
I agree.
Yeah, so I think since Kelly already talked about the media platform to share, I think these animal shelters can also use the same platform to share information about themselves, so other people can contact them more easily, and we can also, being an individual, can talk to local animal shelter if we ever see a violence act towards the animals, because I think people act violence towards stray cats and dogs because they think they look disgusting.
They're
maybe.
not properly groomed.
Yeah, they're not properly groomed. They have skin problem. They have health problems. So I think that's why they quite disgusted.
That's a good point because animal shelters, like you mentioned, they are equipped with necessary tools and
Yeah.
equipment to groom them properly, to give them proper care that they need. So they are more, they look more presentable to be
Yeah.
adopted.
Yeah. And plus animal shelters also after they take care of the stray animals, they can give out the animals again to other people who actually know how to take care of them.
So we have come to the conclusion that I think we think that contacting animal shelter is like the best way to prevent, because animal shelter keeps lots of stray animals and also um, animals that maybe someone want to adopt.
Animal shelters not only act as a home for the stray animals, but also act as a place for people to explore and adopt.
So yeah, I think I also agree with our conclusion for today, because by contacting animal shelters, it is like everything in one. If we contact animal shelters because of animal cruelty, the animal shelter themselves can deal with the offenders. They can how should I say, report the cases to the authorities. So what do you think, Adi?
So yeah, like I do agree with all of you. I think by contacting the animal shelter is the best point here because it concludes everything. So I think for me, every animal deserves to be loved and they do not deserve to be abused. So my hope is hope everyone will prevent themselves from abusing those animals.
So I think we can all agree that by contacting animal shelters is the best way to keep animals protected.
Yes.
Thank
Thank you.
you.